Egyptian warriors were masters of war. They dominated with weapons that turned the tide of history. Their weapons were like something the world had never seen before. They were masterpieces of innovation, designed to crush enemies and secure the pharaoh's empire. So which iconic and fearsome weapons did these ancient soldiers use to conquer their enemies? Here are 10 weapons of ancient Egypt you've never heard of. Number 10. Mace Axe. The Mace Axe, a formidable weapon of ancient Egypt, combined the force of a bludgeon and the sharpness of a blade. This made it a fearsome tool of war. This ancient Egyptian weapon combines the heavy, rounded head of a mace with a razor-sharp blade, creating a versatile instrument designed for both smashing and slicing. The Mace Axe was a game-changer for Egyptian warriors, built to handle any combat scenario. With a heavy stone or metal head, it smashed through armor, shields, and bones with ease. That blunt force alone made it a terror on the battlefield. But it didn't stop there. The attached sharp blade was perfect for slicing through weak spots like joints or gaps in armor. This deadly combo of smashing and slicing gave warriors a huge edge in close combat, letting them adjust their attack on the fly. As warfare evolved, the Mace Axe stood out as a sophisticated weapon of its time. The Mace Axe was a force both on the battlefield and in ceremonies. In combat, it excelled in close quarters, its crushing and cutting abilities making it a go-to for infantry and elite troops, including charioteers who needed a weapon to tackle both armored and unarmored enemies. But it wasn't just about war. This weapon symbolized power. Deities, pharaohs, and high-ranking officials were often depicted wielding it, emphasizing its status as more than a tool of combat. It was a mark of strength and divine authority. Creating the Mace Axe was no simple task. Advanced metallurgy and expert craftsmanship went into its design. The heavy, rounded head could be crafted from stone like basalt or granite, or metals like bronze and iron, depending on the era. The sharp blade, often made from bronze or iron, had to be carefully attached to maintain the weapon's balance and impact. This engineering feat ensured it was as deadly as it was symbolic, making the Mace Axe a powerful and revered weapon in ancient Egypt. Number 9. Khopesh, sickle sword. The khopesh, known as the sickle sword, was one of ancient Egypt's most unique and deadly weapons. Its signature curved blade wasn't just for show, it was built to slash, hook, and disarm, making it a lethal tool in close-quarters combat. With its crescent-shaped blade inspired by agricultural sickles, warriors could deliver devastating sweeping cuts, tearing through armor and flesh with ease. But what really set the khopesh apart was its ability to hook an opponent's shield or weapon, yanking it out of place and leaving them defenseless. Ranging from 18 to 24 inches, the blade was usually made of bronze, later evolving to iron. Its sharp inner curve made it perfect for slashing, while the outer edge could be blunt, offering a mix of offense and defense. This balance made it a favorite among the infantry, chariot riders, and special forces during the New Kingdom period from the 16th to 11th century BC, when close-quarters combat required something more agile than broadswords or spears. The khopesh became the go-to for its versatility and effectiveness in battle. But this weapon wasn't just about war, it was also a symbol of power. Pharaohs, gods, and warriors were often depicted wielding the khopesh in art, cementing its status as a mark of authority and divine favor. Crafting the khopesh was an art form in itself. Bronze or iron had to be expertly forged and heat-treated for strength and sharpness, while the handle, often made from wood or bone, ensured control during combat. The forging process, involving metallurgy and grinding, made each weapon a masterpiece of skill and precision. The khopesh left a lasting impact beyond Egypt, influencing weapon designs in other cultures. Its ability to slash and hook with one fluid motion showcased the ingenuity of the Egyptian arsenal, proving that this weapon was as much about creativity as it was about brute force. Whether in battle or ceremony, the khopesh solidified its place in history as one of the most versatile and feared weapons ever created. Number 8. Fanax. The Fanax was no ordinary weapon. It was a masterpiece of symbolism and power in ancient Egypt. With its unmistakable fan-shaped blade, this intricate weapon stood out from the more functional tools of war, marking it as a status symbol rather than a battlefield essential. Its wide, spreading blade wasn't designed for everyday combat, but for making an impression. Ornately crafted, often from bronze or iron, the Fanax was more about decoration than destruction, with engravings and inscriptions showcasing its owner's rank or religious significance. It was a weapon designed to catch the eye, not necessarily strike the enemy. The fan-like design, though capable of delivering blows, was too bulky for practical combat use. Instead, the Fanax shone in ceremonial events, where its purpose was to symbolize power, divine authority, and the elite status of those who wielded it. Whether in the hands of pharaohs or high-ranking officials, this weapon wasn't just about strength. It represented divine favor, reinforcing the ruler's connection to the gods. Beyond ceremonies, the Fanax played a major role in Egyptian society's rituals and hierarchies. You'd often see it depicted in tombs, temples, and artwork, symbolizing the divine right of rulers and the social order. This weapon wasn't meant to be swung on the battlefield, but held up as a sign of unshakable authority and spiritual power. Yet despite its ceremonial role, the Fanax's construction was a feat of ancient craftsmanship. The precise shaping of the fan-like blade required skilled metalworking, ensuring it had both the visual impact and structural integrity needed for ritual use. It was an elaborate creation that highlighted the advanced techniques of Egyptian metalworkers, making the Fanax more than just a symbol. It was a testament to the artistry and ingenuity of its makers. Number 7. Epsilon Axe. The Epsilon Axe, named after the Greek letter epsilon, was a deadly force in ancient Egyptian warfare, though it's often overlooked outside of history buffs. This weapon, with its razor-sharp crescent-shaped blade, was built for one thing: speed and precision in battle. Forget heavy armor. The Epsilon Axe thrived in fast, brutal skirmishes where opponents had minimal protection. In Egyptian hieroglyphs, warriors are depicted wielding this axe in one hand alongside a shield, suggesting it was a lightweight, one-handed weapon, perfect for fast, agile combat. Some historians even dub it the poor man's khopesh, implying it was handed out to lower-tier infantry, while elite forces used the more prestigious khopesh. Its curved blade wasn't just for show. It was designed to slice through flesh and bone with terrifying ease, perfect for quick, cleaving strikes that left little chance for defense. Crafted from bronze or copper, the Epsilon Axe's head was attached to the haft using tangs at 3 different points: top, middle, and bottom, making it a sturdy and reliable weapon. However, its design wasn't ideal for penetrating heavy armor, so it was mainly used against lightly armored foes. The blade's structure, though fierce in slicing attacks, lacked the thrusting capability of weapons like the bardiche, making it dependent on the strength of the wielder's swing. Unlike bulkier weapons, the Epsilon Axe wasn't about smashing or thrusting. It was all about cutting, delivering lethal blows to lightly armored enemies who relied on speed or lighter gear. Its sleek design made it an ideal choice for Egyptian warriors who needed to strike fast and hard in close combat. This axe wasn't built for long, drawn-out fights against heavy armor. It was made to end engagements swiftly and decisively. Behind the weapon's brutal effectiveness was expert craftsmanship. Forged from bronze or iron, the Epsilon Axe's blade was carefully shaped to enhance its cutting power, with each curve meticulously crafted to slice cleanly through the enemy. Advanced metalworking techniques were key to creating the sharp crescent design that made this axe a feared tool of war. The Epsilon Axe was all about power and precision. Its curved blade packed a serious punch, generating immense force with every swing, making it a deadly tool for inflicting deep, incapacitating wounds. The handle was crafted for balance, giving warriors the agility they needed to dominate in close-quarters combat. But while it excelled at cutting down lightly armored foes, the Epsilon Axe wasn't built for taking on heavy armor. Its curved design, though perfect for slicing, struggled against thick shields or tough armor, making it less effective against well-protected opponents. This meant the Epsilon Axe was best suited for battles where enemies were vulnerable, or as a secondary weapon to land quick, decisive blows. In these situations, its speed and precision made it a formidable choice. The weapon's role in ancient Egyptian warfare reflects a clever approach to combat, specializing for specific scenarios over general use. Egyptian soldiers knew how to exploit weaknesses, and the Epsilon Axe was their go-to for cutting down lightly armored adversaries with swift efficiency. Despite its practical nature, the Epsilon Axe may have carried symbolic value as well. Though not as prominent in rituals or ceremonies as other weapons, its design could have symbolized martial skill and a sharp focus on precision in battle. Its unique shape and brutal effectiveness earned it a fierce reputation, embodying the balance between strategy and force that defined Egyptian warfare. Whether on the battlefield or in the hands of a skilled soldier, the Epsilon Axe made its mark as a deadly and tactical weapon. While it may not have been as flashy or high status as the khopesh, the Epsilon Axe served its purpose, delivering swift, lethal strikes in the heat of battle. Number 6. Composite Bow. The composite bow of ancient Egypt was a game-changer, a weapon that took archery to the next level. Unlike the simple wooden bows, this advanced piece of technology was crafted with precision, combining wood, horn, and sinew to create a weapon that packed serious power. Egyptian archers were no longer limited by short-range or weak shots. With the composite bow, they could hit their targets with deadly accuracy from distances their enemies could barely dream of. The composite bow had one key advantage over the traditional self-bow. It was smaller, yet packed more power. This made it perfect for archers on the move, especially those firing from horseback or a chariot. Unlike self-bows, made from a single piece of wood, the composite bow's design was all about efficiency. By curving away from the archer, its recurved shape increased the draw weight early on, storing more energy for a powerful release. The design was a masterpiece of engineering. A core of flexible wood was reinforced with a horn, which absorbed energy during the draw, and sinew, adding elasticity and strength. The result? A bow that could handle a much higher draw weight, sending arrows flying with force and speed. The power of this bow was unmatched, allowing archers to rain down arrows on enemies from far beyond the reach of foot soldiers or cavalry. In chariot warfare, which was a cornerstone of Egyptian military strategy, the composite bow was a terror. Mounted archers could shoot rapidly and accurately while racing across the battlefield, making them nearly unstoppable as they unleashed a barrage of arrows on enemy troops. Chariot-based skirmishes became a nightmare for Egypt's enemies, with archers using the composite bow to pick off infantry, cavalry, and even charioteers with ease. The weapon's agility in motion made it perfect for this fast-paced warfare, and Egyptian soldiers were trained to shoot with speed and precision, making chariot warfare even more devastating. The composite bow wasn't just practical, it was a symbol of Egypt's military prowess. It featured heavily in art and inscriptions, representing the elite skill of Egyptian archers. Often seen in ceremonial events and linked to high-status warriors, the composite bow was as much a symbol of authority and power as it was a lethal tool of war. Crafting the composite bow was no small feat. Every material had to be selected with care. Flexible wood, strong horn, and elastic sinew had to come together perfectly. The bowstringing process, along with shaping and assembling the parts, required expert craftsmanship to ensure the weapon's full potential was unleashed. With its intricate construction and game-changing performance, the composite bow cemented its place not only in the annals of Egyptian warfare, but also in the cultural fabric of the empire. Number 5. Throwing sticks, boomerangs. Returning sticks, often referred to as boomerangs in some cultures, were one of the most fascinating and underrated weapons in ancient Egypt. While not as flashy as swords or axes, these curved sticks packed serious precision, proving deadly in both battle and hunting. Their unique design wasn't just for show. The curvature allowed them to be thrown with spin, making their flight path unpredictable and difficult for enemies to dodge. The aerodynamic shape gave these sticks surprising power, allowing them to be hurled with force and accuracy. In hunting, they were perfect for taking down small to medium-sized prey, and the curve of the stick let the hunter control the direction with ease. Unlike straight weapons, the returning stick followed a curved path, making it ideal for hitting moving targets with deadly precision. Though not designed for long-range throws, the speed and accuracy these sticks offered made them invaluable when getting the kill quickly was essential. In battle, their use shifted. Throwing sticks became a tactical weapon, catching opponents off guard with their unpredictable flight path and ability to strike from unexpected angles. These sticks weren't just simple tools. They were a testament to the precision and innovation of ancient Egyptian warriors, showcasing their mastery of both hunting and combat. Their compact size and deceptive power made them a weapon of choice for those who knew how to wield them effectively, turning what seemed like a humble tool into a force to be reckoned with. They were usually used in fights or as supporting weapons together with traditional weapons. However, their effectiveness in the fight was in the fact that one could use it as a weapon. A cleverly thrown throwing stick could strike an opponent in a way that would cause them to lose their balance, thus making them vulnerable to further attacks by other weapons. Furthermore, the force generated from a throwing stick would not be as life-threatening as the force generated from a larger weapon, yet would pose a threat if aimed at sensitive areas. The construction of throwing sticks required a careful balance of craftsmanship and practicality. The sticks were usually made from sturdy wood, and their curved shape was achieved through carving and shaping. The choice of wood was crucial, as it needed to be both lightweight and strong enough to withstand the forces involved in throwing. Some throwing sticks were also adorned with carvings or symbols, indicating their use in ceremonial contexts or denoting the status of their owner. Despite their effectiveness, throwing sticks did not possess the raw destructive power of heavier weapons like maces or spears. Instead, their strength lay in their precision and the skill required to use them effectively. Throwing sticks required considerable practice and technique to master, with successful throws relying on a combination of accurate aim, proper spin, and the right amount of force. Number 4. Duckbill Axe. The duckbill axe, one of ancient Egypt's most unique and deadly weapons, stood out with its sharp duckbill-shaped blade designed for maximum impact. The blade wasn't just for show. Its narrow, flared shape focused all the force into a small point, delivering devastating blows that could slice through defenses with ease. Whether breaking bones or piercing through unarmored foes, this axe was all about precision and power, perfect for close-quarters combat where speed and accuracy meant life or death. The narrow blade, made from bronze or iron, was meticulously crafted for both sharpness and strength, a testament to the advanced metalworking skills of the time. Its design allowed for quick, clean strikes that could incapacitate an opponent in one swift blow. The handle, made from wood or other sturdy materials, gave the user stability and control, ensuring that each strike was delivered with deadly precision. The duckbill axe wasn't just functional, it was also finely decorated, showing off the craftsmanship and artistry that went into creating such a lethal tool. Its compact size and lightweight design made it easy to wield, perfect for warriors who needed both agility and force in battle. The combination of its sharp blade, concentrated impact, and easy maneuverability made it a favorite among Egyptian fighters, proving that this deceptively simple weapon was anything but. As a weapon, the duckbill axe had a distinctive blade design that could have been used to target certain areas of the enemy's armor. Its ability to direct force in a concentrated locale meant that a single hit could potentially be devastating, and therefore was valuable in scenarios where accuracy was king, in addition to sheer force. The versatility of the axe was easily seen in close combat, as the design of the weapon easily facilitated both the great sweeping cleaves and fast slashing strokes. The construction and usage of the duckbill axe also bear witness to other general features of ancient Egyptian warfare. The duckbill axe showcases Egypt's deep understanding of weapon dynamics and its ability to tailor arms to specific combat needs. While it may not have been as versatile as other weapons, its specialized design was highly effective in situations where precision and cutting power were crucial. The narrow, flared blade allowed for focused force, making it an ideal tool for striking with accuracy. Beyond its practical battlefield use, There is evidence suggesting that the duckbill axe may have also held symbolic or ceremonial significance. Its unique form and the craftsmanship required for its creation suggest it could have served as a symbol of authority or prestige. Much like other ornate weapons of the time, the duckbill axe may have conveyed messages beyond its functional purpose, possibly representing power, rank, or ceremonial importance in ancient Egyptian society. Number 3. Slingshots. Slingshots, or slings, were a vital part of Egyptian warfare and hunting, offering a simple yet highly effective way to strike from a distance. These unassuming weapons packed serious power, able to launch small stones at deadly velocities, making them perfect for skirmishers and light infantry who needed to take out targets from afar. What made the sling so impressive was its straightforward construction and deadly efficiency. Made from leather or woven fibers, the sling had two key parts: a small pouch to hold the stone and two cords or bands for launching it. The pouch, often crafted from tough materials like leather or sinew, cradled the projectile, while the cords allowed the wielder to spin it in a tight circle. This motion wasn't just for show. It created enough centrifugal force to send the stone hurtling through the air at incredible speed when released. Mastering the sling took dexterity and skill. The user would place a stone in the pouch, spin the sling in rapid circles, and then release at just the right moment, sending the stone flying with pinpoint accuracy. In the hands of a trained slinger, this simple tool became a lethal weapon capable of causing serious damage, even from a distance. Its lightweight design and ease of use made it an ideal choice for fast-moving warriors who relied on speed and precision over brute force. An ideal throw would propel the stone with enough force to cause the targeted individual severe injuries, including fractures or even rendering an opponent unconscious. In the case of a sling, much depended on the aim and force applied by the user, which, however, could be lethal in the hands of a trained slinger. These weapons were mainly used by the skirmishers and light-armed troops in the context of ancient Egyptian warfare. These troops, usually located on the wings of a battle formation, employed slings to pound on the enemies and demoralize them before engaging in close combat. Stones shot at high velocity could be lethal, especially to enemies who were archers, charioteers, or any other lightly armored opponent. Their range and speed allowed slingers to engage opponents without getting close, reducing their risk of confrontation. In addition to their combat uses, slings were also employed in hunting. The precision and force of a well-aimed sling made it effective for bringing down small to medium-sized games. The use of slings in hunting required considerable skill, as hunters had to judge the distance and trajectory of their shots to successfully hit moving targets. The simplicity of the sling's design belied its effectiveness. Despite its basic materials, the weapon's efficiency in delivering powerful and accurate projectiles made it a favored choice for various combat and hunting scenarios. The ease of construction and portability of slings also contributed to their widespread use and popularity among ancient Egyptian warriors. Number 2. Chariot. The ancient Egyptian chariot wasn't just a means of transport. It was a deadly, fast-moving weapon platform that changed the game on the battlefield. Pulled by horses, these lightweight wooden vehicles were designed for speed and agility, allowing soldiers to outmaneuver enemies while delivering devastating attacks. Egyptian chariots were long and narrow, with an open structure that accommodated a driver and one or two armed passengers. The driver controlled the horses, guiding the chariot through enemy formations with precision, while the passengers, armed with bows, arrows, spears, or javelins, unleashed a barrage of attacks from their mobile perch. One of the key advantages of the chariot was its mobility. These fast, maneuverable platforms allowed archers to fire volleys of arrows while in motion, keeping enemies on the defensive and disrupting their formations. As the chariot raced across the battlefield, the archer would rain down arrows from an elevated position, shooting over allies and striking enemies before they had a chance to react. This constant movement made the charioteers a difficult target, while the relentless firepower demoralized enemy troops long before close combat began. In addition to archers, some chariots also carried spearmen or javelin throwers, adding another layer of offensive power. The chariot's ability to switch between ranged and close combat tactics made it a versatile and feared weapon in ancient Egyptian warfare. With their speed, firepower, and tactical flexibility, they were a terrifying force that could change the tide of battle in an instant. These troops could fight on foot and could attack the enemies at close range or shower arrows on the enemies. Thus, the use of chariots became even more useful in warfare. With the deadly combination of missile fire and the sheer force of the chariot itself, these swift platforms could overrun infantry, spread chaos, and break enemy lines with devastating efficiency. However, the chariot's success relied on seamless coordination between the driver and crew. The driver had to expertly steer through obstacles and avoid enemy forces, while archers or spearmen kept their focus, landing precise hits even during high-speed maneuvers. This level of coordination made the chariot not just a weapon, but a finely tuned mobile strike force. Chariots were often deployed in flanking maneuvers, hit-and-run tactics, or rapid assaults, hitting the enemy where it hurt them most. Their speed allowed them to cover ground quickly, making them indispensable for both offense and defense. Whether storming the battlefield to exploit a gap in the enemy's defenses or retreating swiftly to avoid a counterattack, Egyptian chariots brought speed, power, and tactical brilliance to ancient warfare. Number 1. Straight bronze sword. The straight bronze sword, a game-changer in Egyptian warfare during the New Kingdom, marked a leap forward in weapon design. Known as the long sword, this one-handed blade brought deadly versatility to the battlefield. Unlike the curved khopesh, designed for hooking and slashing, the straight bronze sword offered a sleek, straightforward approach to combat. With a double-edged blade, typically measuring between 24 and 30 inches, this weapon was built for both slashing and thrusting, making it adaptable to a variety of fighting styles. Its elegant simplicity was its strength. The uniform blade delivered powerful strikes with ease, allowing soldiers to swiftly slash or pierce their enemies, particularly those who were lightly armored or unprotected. The sword's ability to thrust accurately meant it could find gaps in enemy armor or exploit vulnerable points in an opponent's defense. Lightweight and maneuverable, it was ideal for fast, agile combat, giving warriors the edge in one-on-one encounters. Where the khopesh excelled in specialized strikes, the straight bronze sword shined in its adaptability. Whether slashing through lines of infantry or thrusting to land precise, lethal blows, this weapon was perfect for soldiers who needed to switch tactics on the fly. Its simple yet effective design made it a crucial tool for both experienced warriors and those looking for a reliable, all-purpose sword on the chaotic battlefield of ancient Egypt. Made of bronze, the blade of the sword was shaped and further beaten into the required thinness to make it sharp and strong. Bronze was used often for weapons during the New Kingdom period. It was tough and easy to work with for shaping. The straight bronze sword wasn't just a weapon, it was a finely crafted tool of precision and power. With a handle typically made from wood or bone, often wrapped in leather for a secure grip, this sword was designed for comfort and control. The pommel fit perfectly into the palm, giving the wielder the ability to strike swiftly and maneuver with ease. Its balanced design made it a favorite in close-quarters combat, allowing warriors to deliver quick, lethal blows and defend themselves with agility. But this sword was made to be an all-rounder. Besides one-on-one duels, it also shined in battlefield formations, where soldiers needed a weapon they could rely on for both offense and defense. Its lightweight build meant it could move fast, unlike heavier weapons like the khopesh or maces, and this versatility kept it a top choice in the New Kingdom military arsenal. The straight bronze sword may not have been the most imposing weapon on the battlefield, but its efficiency and ease of use made it a constant presence in Egypt's war machine. Beyond combat, the straight bronze sword held ceremonial significance as well. Its craftsmanship often reflected the status of the wielder, with decorated hilts and blades signifying rank or honor. Whether in the hands of a seasoned warrior or as a symbol of prestige, the straight bronze sword was as much a part of Egypt's identity as it was a tool of war. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.